One day I'm gonna be everything I wanna be. I don't let it get the most of me. One day I'm gonna be free. I wanna be everything I'm gonna be. My future right in front of me. One day I'm gonna be free. I wanna be free. Then let me. From the depths of darkness, a voice emerges. A host with a fire burning in its soul. With a heart, steel, and a spirit unbroken. He rides on two wheels, ready to claim his throne. Amidst the chaos and the sunless roar, insane wheels rise as a force to be reckoned with. Fueled by the power that only metal can bestow. He takes his stand, refusing to submit. Insane wheels hear his battle cry. Metal and mayhem will never die. Whistles report he paves his way. Oh, legend in the making, day by day.
Yes, sir. Good morning to everybody. Let's get this one on the road, man. Hey, much love, honor, respect to everybody. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us, a part of the Breakfast Club, man. I can't thank you enough. We got our coffee over here. I've got the lid off. I've got the lid off because it's lava right now, everybody. Look at that. Super hot right now, so we got to let that cool off. As you guys know, this shit is like lava. Much love, honor, respect to everybody. We got a good one. Biden will be addressing the nation here very shortly. He should be live exactly at 10 o'clock, which is 10 o'clock right now, 10:02. So he's 2 minutes late, but that's all right because we figured that we would, of course, get our, intro together. We'd hang out with you guys for a minute. And then, of course, we're going to do a two-parter on this. We're going to not only discuss live coverage of Biden addressing the nation today, but we're also going to go back from last night and watch Kamala Harris's concession speech. So I have not actually watched Kamala Harris's speech, as I was actually on a panel until very, very late last night. I think I got off the panel at like 3 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean? But hey, before we get into all of that, make sure you guys hit that like button. It's the number one metric of all of YouTube, man. You guys already know the deal. Also, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button down below. It's much appreciated. Also, follow me on my Instagram where I do everything behind the scenes. I respond to you guys, direct messages. This is where I correspond with everybody. So follow me on my Instagram at BallValveTV. It would be much appreciated. Also, please consider becoming a member. It's starting at $2.99 a month. I can't thank you guys enough for you guys signing up for these members only live streams and stuff like that. It's not just you guys having a fancy badge next to your name. You know what I mean? Like every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, we go live for you guys, which is a members only live stream for you guys, man. So with that being said, we'll go on to the last call to action here. If you guys would like to help out the show, of course, every bit of monies is going to, of course, be shouted out, whether they are a super chat, gifted memberships, all of that kind of stuff. Of course, it's going to be called out. But we also have these scrolling down below, just in case you don't want to have that brutal 30% cut from, YouTube. You know what I mean? So I very much appreciate you guys. Will allow that to scroll for the remainder of the show. And then real quick, these are already, before we had even started, he gifted out a membership out to the community, man. I love that shit. And I forget who got that. You're going to have to let me know who got it. But yeah, man, good to see all of you guys. We got Brother Code up in the building. Good to see you, man, as well as Mount High, Dr. Harley. We got Brother Steve, Easy, Martin. Man, it's so good to see you guys. What up, Shadow? Brother Shelby, good to see you, my man. Evil Rick, appreciate you guys, man. We got Danny as well. All you legends up here. Tiffany and Lee Lance, you know what I mean? We got Aaron up in here. How you doing, kind sir? Much love, honor, respect to you. We got a good one for you guys this morning, man. We got Joseph saying hello and good morning, breakfast crew. Mike the Wise, let's get down to business. Hey, I like that. I like that. I very much appreciate it. I saw an article this morning said a lot of Hollywood stars planning to relocate out of the United States. Good, get the fuck out. Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. That's right. It's like, you don't like it? You don't like it? Get the hell out. I have no sympathy. You know what I mean? Hook Dog, good to see you, kind sir. Hopefully you're having a good one this morning over there in California, the California. But yeah, man. Yeah, hey, by the way, the nub touching is for the women only, okay? I'm just going to let you know.
Emotional damage.
What up, Carney? Good to see you, my man. It's always good to see you, man. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us this morning. We got Dwayne as well. Shout out to you, man. And as well as Steve. Thank you guys so much for becoming members and being members in here, man. It goes very, very far, man. Thank you guys. I see all of you guys pretty much are like members in the chat, man. It's awesome to see. It's almost what we call weed chat, okay? That's what weed chat is when everybody's green. The whole focus is to try to get everyone with members. You know what I mean? That's called the weed chat. I was pleasantly surprised with her speech, said the election was legit and everyone must accept the results. Wow. Okay. I got to give her credit then on that. You know what I mean? And I'm not someone that won't do that. You know what I mean? That's exactly what I hope to happen. I want peace. I want to have, I don't want chaos like magically the left would assume. You know what I mean? Great news today. We hit $1,050 for Make-A-Wish Foundation. Thank you all who have donated. God bless. Hey, yeah, that's right, Code. And he's doing something real special this year for the kids for Christmas. And that's exactly what that is for. So good on you, man. And good on your community and everybody that came together to donate on that. That's awesome. Anson Knowles, what up, man? He says Biden will announce that he is stepping down to be the spokesperson for Depends adult diapers. Oh, shit. It's going down.
Oh, shit.
It's going down. What up? And that's right, Code. Smash that like button. You know what I mean? Absolutely. Papa coming in fucking absolutely hot. Okay, Papa Penguin for 10 months, man. Almost that year mark for him. Seriously, Shelby enlisted. That's good stuff. Yes, sir. That is humongous. That's awesome. Good on you, Brother Shelby, as well, man. Yes, sir. Around here, we appreciate that shit. In the words of Mike Ball, smash that like button. It's the #1 metric of all of YouTube. That's right. That's right. I see that you guys are catching on, you know. I got that gifted membership. Oh, hell yeah, Doc. All right. All right. I love that shit. Good on you, man. We got Big Red as well, man. Good to see you this morning. Unapologetic American. Yes, sir. And seriously, Shelby says, Navy, I'll be Courtman. That's awesome, man. That's really, really cool. And, much honor and respect to you, for real. We got Lily up in here saying, good rising, y'all. Good rising to you as well. We got Vengeful. Good morning. Good morning. All right. We're about to get into this. Let's see if, nope, Biden hasn't even started up. So we may have to go to Kamala Harris first. You know what I mean? We might be a little forced on that. But hey, it is all good. I'll identify. That's so funny. Yeah. I'll make that claim. I'm a woman. Yeah, that's hilarious. We chat. That's right. Are we not men? Kind sir. Appreciate you for being here. Good morning. We got a good one for you guys, man. There's a lot of addressing the nation this morning, not only from Biden, but of course, we're going to review what Kamala Harris said last night. And from the sounds of it, is she actually did a fairly decent and good job, which is exactly what I would hope, that she would, actually concede the election, you know what I mean? And not have this some sort of BS like what Barack Obama did. Actually, I'll go ahead and pop that up for you guys. So Barack Obama election tweet. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and share this for you guys so that you guys know what the hell I'm talking about. And, yeah, this is exactly what I was hoping that would not happen for essentially Kamala Harris. Now, are we expecting this from, freaking Daddy Barack Obama? Oh, yeah, you know that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and read it out loud for you guys. So this is a statement by President and Mrs. Obama on the 2024 presidential election. This is straight off of Barack Obama's Twitter or X, whatever. There's 71.7 million views on this tweet alone. All right, statement by the president. Over the last few weeks and through Election Day, millions of Americans cast their vote not just for president, but for leaders at every level. Now the results are in, and we want to congratulate President Trump and Senator Vance on their victory. This is obviously not the outcome we had hoped for, given our profound disagreements with the Republican ticket on a whole host of issues. But living in a democracy is about recognizing that our point of view won't always win out and being willing to accept the peaceful transfer of power. Michelle and I could not be prouder of Vice President Harris and Governor Walz, two extraordinary public servants who ran a remarkable campaign, and we will always be grateful to the staff and volunteers who poured their heart and soul into electing public servants they truly believed in. As I said on the campaign trail, America has been through a lot over the last few years, from a historic pandemic and price hikes resulting from the pandemic to rapid change, and the feeling a lot of folks have that no matter how hard they work, treading water is the best they could do. Those conditions have created headwinds for Democratic incumbents around the world, and last night showed that America is not immune. The good news is these problems are solvable, but only if we listen to each other and only if we abide by the core constitutional principles and democratic norms that made this country great. In a country as big and diverse as ours, we won't always see eye to eye on everything, but progress requires us to extend good faith and grace, even to people with whom we deeply disagree. That's how we've come this far, and it's how we keep building a country that is more fair and more just, more equal and more free. Now, to me, this was a whole bunch of fucking code. All right. You know what I mean? Like, everyone else is sitting there, hey, congratulations. We want a peaceful, transfer of power, all of that. And that's about it. You know what I mean? That's about it. But, Daddy Obama's got to make a whole ass, book out of this. And I find it really funny coming from Barack Obama. Okay. I just find this very funny when he says, but only if we listen to each other. You mean hearing your own party's echo chamber? Is that what you're talking about? Because I've never heard you listen to any Republican. I've only heard you say Orange Man bad or Republicans bad. You know what I mean? Like, it's fucking crazy. And he is skilled at rhetoric, Anson Knowles says. He is a good model for aspiring politician. Well, the truth is, you're right. You're right. And everyone knows through the bullshit. You know what I mean? He definitely has incited a lot of bullshit with his own rhetoric. Okay. And it just is what it is. Stand with Mike. That's right. Hey, facts, big facts. He is crying like a little bitch at Kamala's concession speech. I can't wait to see that. Clovertack. There is no such thing as more equal. Exactly, dude. If you have $2, you either have $2 or you fucking don't. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. That is the way of the road. You know what I mean? But it's crazy how things get misconstrued. And of course, people will look at that. No, Daddy Obama just said the nicest thing about our country. No, actually, it's terrible. Politicians are going to prattle. And that's exactly what Obama is king of doing, by the way, are going to prattle. The fact that the Dems are all saying that the election was legit and not overly encouraged protests is a good thing. That is very true. I'm glad that they did concede that pretty much right away. And it's because honestly, it was so much of a landslide that you couldn't do it. You know what I mean? We got Seriously Shelby saying 66 viewers and 36 likes, man. Hit that like button, man. I appreciate that, man. Hopefully you're all doing good out there, man. Wherever the hell you guys are tuning in from. That's right, Steve. I see you as well, man. I want my $2 dues. Oh shit. Oh, I know you're talking about Paper Moon. I want my No, isn't it $200? Yeah, that's what it is. Not $2. I want my $200. Yeah. See, I got some culture. You know what I mean? Mike, you should have said something last night was prattling. Well, here's real quick. I'm going to address that real quick, and then we'll just keep it at that. Okay, so I think that our country and the American people, obviously spoke, and we saw that in the vote. You know what I mean? With the president elect and all of this, right? So I think this country has gotten very tired of identity politics, and it's been enhanced immensely especially since Kamala Harris. Well, I mean, we could stem it all the way back down to Obama, but we're just going to focus on present time. And I think that people, because the entire Democrat Party ran on identity politics this election. And I would assume that people obviously would understand that people got tired of that rhetoric. People are tired of the bullshit. The truth is last night I was having a small exchange, debate, whatever. And ironically, what I find very funny about this whole situation is I love when grown-ass men are playing the victim to a 29-year-old disabled guy. You're playing the victim to me. You know what I mean? Like, that's not a good look, homie. I'm just saying. But hey, it is what it is. You know what I mean? I just think that people got tired of it. And essentially what his claim was absurd. You know what I mean? And it was something that I was not going to allow to have on my platform, period. You know what I mean? I will allow you to ramble on. I will allow you to fucking go on and on and on about how you feel and all that shit. But when you start making absurd claims, that's when I've got to debunk that shit. You know what I mean? And especially when you're doing a blanket statement on all of us. You know what I mean? Like, these guys have their own platform to do that shit on. Why do you have to do it on mine? But hey, it is what it is. What's your disability? What's your disability? Yeah. W. Don't even at me, chat. Mike, I couldn't keep my mouth shut. You do great considering how they did things last night. Hey, thank you so much for that, Tiffany. I very much appreciate that. I agree with you on that, Mike. Hey, Steve, I appreciate that. Seriously, Shelby saying playing the victim as a man is telling other men you are weak and a huge simp. Appreciate you, my man. Thank you so much for, the yellow $10 super chat over there, man. Thank you so much for that, man. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Yeah, for damn sure, man. Yeah, I just find it absurd. You know what I mean? And it was just a very interesting thing. Now, the claim, what they tried to say that, the claim is that there was executions. I'm not disputing that there was executions by the end of Trump's presidency. I'm not disputing that. There were 16 executions that happened at the end of 2020, essentially, or right there, whatever, at the end of his presidency. But the claim was that they were executing these men because of the color of their skin. And that we do not do that here in America. Modern time, stop the cap.
Stop the cap.
You know what I mean? And if you're going to make such an absurd claim, I want to see actual proof of that motivation. I'm not disputing that those executions happened. Why did they happen is what I'm disputing. You know what I mean? Anyways, we got Jess White up in here with the 5 gifted subs to all of you legends out here, man. Thank you so much for the help and the monetary help. You know what I mean? I very much appreciate you, Jess. It's very much appreciated. You have gone like absolutely apeshit. I think last night was like 15 back to you. And then on top, you sent in some super chats as well. Like, damn, F those assholes, Mikey, I have no sympathy for those libtards. Or these libtards. Got you. Joseph says, Mike just did the leg slide. Yeah. You guys know the deal. There's that hot Aussie chick again, W. Saw the nub and gifted. Hey, you see how I know how to entice? I'm just kidding. We got Lawrence up in here saying, hello, Mike. Hello to you. Good morning, kind sir. And don't worry, everybody. We're waiting for Biden to be getting on stage here. Let me go ahead and show you what I'm looking at. Okay. So we can actually probably just hop right into Kamala Harris's speech here because he's supposed to be live right this second. He's supposed to be live 19 minutes ago and he's still not live. So what I will do is I will keep an eye on that. You know what I mean? I'll keep an eye on this. And what I'll do is we'll go ahead and flop this over to Kamala Harris and we'll continue our conversation in the chat. You know what I mean? As we review this, because I actually have not heard this at all. Haven't heard a second, haven't heard a clip, haven't heard shit. I've been off of social media pretty much since last night. You know what I mean? So we got to unmute it.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Hey, man, redneck. That would be awesome, man.
Good afternoon.
Hell yeah, let's make that happen.
Good afternoon.
Maybe the code should be Insane Wheels. You know what I mean? All one word, Insane Wheels. That'd be kind of cool. Or Breakfast Club. Oh no, that was too long. Yeah, I think Insane Wheels, one word. Appreciate you guys over there, man.
Good afternoon.
Biden's coming out. I'm watching it. Thank you, by the way.
Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm waiting for them to start it.
Thank you. Thank you. So let me say.
Yes. Okay. So to answer this real quick, Hank, yes, they do take a 30% cut of everything, whether they're memberships gifted, you bought yourself a membership, you guys send in super chats, all of that. Yes, that's how they make their bread off of that. You know what I mean? And which is okay. I'm not bitching about it. I'm actually it's a service. Absolutely. You know what I mean? And so I'm not going to bitch about it, but that's why I also have the option, just in case you want to have basically a super chat be fully credited, you know what I mean? And not only that, but I will read your message on there too, because you can make messages. But yeah, let's go ahead and get back into this, man. And don't worry, I'm still watching. Biden still hasn't started up.
I love you back. And I love you back. So let me say, my heart is full today.
Oh, she's so full of cap
today. Full of gratitude for the trust you have placed in me, full of love for our country, and full of resolve. The outcome of this election is not what we wanted, not what we fought for, not what we voted for, but hear me when I say, the light.
By the way, I have zero actual problems with anybody on the whole thing. Just so Jay, you know what I mean? And anybody that actually cares about that. I don't hold resentment towards any of that. The thing is unfortunately, if you guys go back on it or care to, whatever, if you guys look back on it, I actually got attacked on I actually got called stupid. So listen, what happens here is it's very simple. You don't have to attack someone personally. I will attack your argument, and I expect you to attack my argument. But when you start doing ad homs, whatever, that's essentially you're wrong because you're stupid. That's what that means. You know what I mean? And essentially that's what played out last night. So I don't have any actual emotions tied to it further than this. You know what I mean? I don't. This is actually something that I do every day. I just gave equal energy. That's all that happened. Anyways. Well, let's get back to
America's promise will always burn bright. As long as we never give up and as long as we keep fighting.
That's right, Anson Knowles. I wish I just only had a leg to stand on. It's okay. It's okay. Hey, it is what it is, right?
Emotional damage.
To my beloved Doug and our family, I love you so very much. To President Biden and Dr. Biden, thank you for your faith and support.
Damn straight, Clover Tack.
To Governor Walz and the Walz family, I know your service to our nation will continue. And to my extraordinary team, to the volunteers who gave...
Yeah, I can't stand her voice, dude. I'm going to be very real. I'm so thankful just on the basis that I don't have to hear this shrill woman's voice. You know what I mean? Thank God.
So much of themselves. To the poll workers and the local election officials, I thank you. I thank you all.
Unreal.
Look, I am so proud of the race we ran and the way we ran it.
What up, Todd J?
And the way we ran it over the 107
oh, man, I need to grab it.
Of this campaign.
It's in my pocket.
We have been intentional about building community and building coalitions, bringing people together from every walk of life and background united by love of country with enthusiasm and joy in our fight for America's future.
What up, Nitro? Kind sir, hopefully you're having a good one this morning.
And we did it with the knowledge that we all have so much more in common than what separates us. Now, I know folks are feeling and experiencing a range of emotions right now. I get it.
Oh, hold the phone. Hold the phone. This is ridiculous. Jess, stop it. She's coming in with another 5 out to you guys. That is a total of 10 now for this stream, man. Thank you very much, Jess, over there from down under in Australia. Appreciate you. Thank you, girl.
But we must accept the results of this election. Earlier today, I spoke with President-elect Trump and congratulated him on his victory. I also told him that we will help him and his...
Listen to them boo. Ah, a bunch of cope from her audience.
I also told him that we will help him and his team with their transition, and that we will engage in a peaceful transfer of power.
Good. See, why did you guys boo? Hold on. Why did you guys boo right before that? And then as soon as she says peaceful transfer of power, you cheer on that. That's exactly what she was claiming before she... Why did you boo on the same thing that she just said, essentially? If I called and I conceded, that's exactly what that is. It's a peaceful transfer of power. I don't get it, dude. Like, why are you clapping and booing for the same exact thing?
A fundamental principle of American democracy is that when we lose an election, we accept the results. That principle, as much as any other, distinguishes democracy from monarchy or tyranny. And anyone who seeks the public trust must honor it.
Oh, Biden just came on.
At the same time.
Okay, we'll come back to this. Biden just came up. We'll have to back it up a little bit just because we may have missed a couple of minutes, maybe. So let's go ahead and bring this up. It just started. Perfect. 2 minutes ago. Perfect. We're good. He's teasing.
Thank you. Please. Thank you. It's good to see you all. Particularly good to see my granddaughter sitting in the front row here. Hi, Finn. How are you, honey? For over 200 years, America has carried on the greatest experiment in self-government in the history of the world. And that's not hyperbole. That's a fact. We're the people. The people vote and choose their own leaders, and they do it peacefully. And we're in a democracy. The will of the people always prevails. Yesterday,
what's up, Brother Lee?
I spoke with President-elect Trump to congratulate him on his victory.
Oh, wow. Hold on real quick.
him.
We got to stop the show anytime we get money flying around. By the way, big Lee Lance coming in hot with the $5 dues over there saying much love on the Cash App, man. Thank you, by the way. Thank you very much, kind sir. Thank you for your endless support, man. That just being here, you guys alone is more than enough. You know what I mean? I very much appreciate it.
I direct my entire administration to work with his team to ensure a peaceful and orderly transition. That's what the American people deserve. Yesterday, I also spoke with Vice President Harris. She's been a partner and a public servant. She ran an inspiring campaign, and everyone got to see something that I learned early on to respect so much, her character. She has a backbone like a ramrod. She has great character, true character. She gave her whole heart and effort, and she and her entire team should be proud of the campaign they ran. You know, the struggle for the soul of America since our very founding has always been an ongoing debate and still vital today. I know for some people, it's a time for victory. To state the obvious.
Shit, we gotta stop the show. I'm trying to catch up with you guys. It's insane, but Tad's just gifted out a whole bunch of memberships to you guys. Holy shit right now. Yo, Tad's coming in fucking hot to show, hey, listen, you know, not the only woman in town. You know what I mean? We got Tats over there in England, man. Thank you so much. Hopefully you're having a wonderful afternoon. You know what I mean? I know you're like 8 hours ahead. Appreciate you.
Of competing visions.
Thank you, Tats.
The country chooses one or the other. We accept the choice the country made. I've said many times, you can't love your country only when you win.
It's true.
Can't
What up, Frank?
love your neighbor only when you agree. Something I hope we can do, no matter who you voted for, is see each other not as adversaries, but as fellow Americans. Bring down the temperature. I also hope we can lay to rest the question about the integrity of the American electoral system. It is honest, it is fair, and it is transparent. And it can be trusted, win or lose.
I got you, Martin. I see you.
I also hope we can restore the respect for all our election workers who busted their necks and took risks at the outset.
Oh my God, dude. Dude,
Thank
what
them.
the hell? I look down for, I look away for 2 seconds and then I look back and I've got 2 different mega cash apps right now. So we have to stop the show, full on stop. I'm sorry. I know this is live coverage, but there's a lot of money flying around and I have to call this shit out. This is insane. All right. So we got Brother Straight Jacket sending in $10 over to the cash app saying 10 homies dues. That's right. We got the dollar dues paid. And then Brother Beezer just came in hot with the $50 on the cash app saying for a selfish shout out. Well, fucking humongous W for Beezer, man. Thank you, kind sir. Wow. Wow, man. That's humongous. I can't thank you enough, man. That goes very far. And you know it. You know it, man.
For staffing voting sites, counting the votes, protecting the very integrity of the election. Many of them are volunteers who do it simply out of love for their country. And as they did their duty as citizens, I will do my duty as president. I'll fulfill my oath, and I will honor the Constitution. On January 20th, we'll have a peaceful transfer of power here in America. To all our incredible staff, supporters, cabinet members, all the people who've been hanging out with me for the last 4 years. God
What's
love
up,
you,
Cal?
my
Good to
mother
see
would
you,
say.
man.
Thank you so much. You put so much into the
Charles.
past 4 years. I know it's a difficult time. You're hurting. I hear you and I see you. But don't forget all that we accomplished.
Oh my God. Brother Lee coming in again, sending $5, saying $5 from Tiffany, specifically his old lady, man. I can't thank her enough. Her love and support is immense, man. Thank you so much. And also, real quick, holy shit, I'm so behind on all of this shit. You guys are popping this shit off right now. Kel in Canada. That's a humongous W right there, dude. Thank you so much. That is humongous. We got some yellows flying around, man. Let's get this party started. You dig? Yes, sir. Appreciate that, Kel.
It's been a historic presidency. Not because I'm president, because what we've done.
Good to see you, Bob.
You've done. A presidency for all Americans. Much of the work we've done is already being felt by the American people, but the vast majority of it will not be felt over the next 10 years. We have legislation we passed that's just only now just really kicking in. We're going to see over $1 trillion worth of infrastructure work done, changing people's lives in rural communities and communities that are in real difficulty because it takes time to get it done.
Yep. You know, now people are kind of waking up to this whole thing, Jay. You know what I mean? People are going, there's no way that's even possible now looking back, hindsight. What was it? Like 81 million for Biden? That was the vote? Stop the cap.
Stop the cap.
Stop the cap. Mm-hmm.
And so much more. It's going to take time, but it's there. The road ahead is clear, assuming we sustain it. There's so much we can get done and will get done.
Good to see you, America Uncensored.
Legislation was passed, and it's truly historic. You know, we're leaving behind the strongest economy in the world. I know people are still hurting, but things are changing rapidly. Together, we've changed America for the better. Now we have 74 days to finish the term. Our turn. Let's make every day count. That's the responsibility we have to the American people. Look, folks, you all know it in your lives.
Does anybody believe a word he just said? Bruh, for real.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Setbacks are unavoidable, but giving up is unforgivable. Setbacks are unavoidable, but giving up is unforgivable. We all get knocked down. But the
Oh
measure of
my
our character,
fucking God. This is crazy. Just coming in again. Yo, like I'm like actually like kind of losing it here. Like this is crazy. Thank you guys for the immense support this morning already. We're only like 35 minutes into this shit, man. We gotta get through this shit, man. Just coming in hot again. So that is now 15 for this morning for her alone. Thank you so much, girl. I very much appreciate it.
my
For
dad
real.
would say, is how quickly we get back up. Remember, a defeat does not mean we are defeated. We lost this battle. The America of your dreams is calling for you to get back up. That's the story of America for over 240 years and counting. It's a story for all of us, not just some of us. The American experiment endures. We're going to be okay, but we need to stay engaged.
Hey, I'll take that bet. Yeah. We'll do 10 to 1 odds on a, let's say a $50 bet. You know what I mean? Let's get crazy with this shit out here.
To keep going. And above all, we need to keep the faith. So proud to have worked with all
way,
of you.
Briar coming in hot, saying appreciate you. Very thankful to have found this community. Briar Wolf coming in absolutely legendly hot right here. Thank you for this. Thank you for this. And I really hope, honestly, that you guys enjoy your guys' self here. I mean, everyone here, I'm going to be honest. I hate to do this because everyone's got their communities. You know what I mean? But I truly, truly mean this with full on conviction. And I totally fucking believe it. That you guys here in the Breakfast Club are the best YouTube community in the entire platform. And I'm not saying that to please your fucking ears. I mean that from the conversations that we've had, the two-way interaction that we have had. You know, how often is it where you get to be able to have a two-way communication with the actual person that is reporting the news or whatever the case is? So something like this is very, very important to me. And thank you, Briar, for supporting the show, man. That's legendary right there.
I really mean it. I sincerely mean it. God bless you all. God bless America. And may God protect our troops. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
That's it? That's all you had to say? Yes, sir, Hook Dog. I appreciate your love and support as well, bro. Thank you.
President Biden addressing the nation for the first time since President-elect Trump won the election. We did hear him just say that they are accepting the results of the election, that this needs to be a peaceful transfer of power.
What up, Rebecca?
Which we also heard Vice President Kamala Harris say as well in her speech yesterday when she conceded. We are going to go away for a quick minute break here on Live Now from Fox.
That's fine. We'll come back to her in a minute. We'll come back and see what's going on. Let's go ahead and go back to Kamala Harris. Now, it's ironic. It's ironic that Biden can't speak longer than 5-10 minutes. You know what I mean? Same thing as Kamala Harris. She can't speak longer than 15 minutes. Look at this speech that she's doing right here is the concession speech. Like, she should have a lot to say here. And she only said it in 12 minutes, under 12 minutes.
In our nation, we owe loyalty not to a president or a party, but to the Constitution of the United States.
That's true. Damn straight. About the first thing I've heard Kamala say that I can say with 100% conviction she's right on. You know what I mean? I'll give her that.
And loyalty to our conscience
Watch
and
your
to
mouth.
our God.
Sorry about that.
My allegiance to all three is why I am here to say While I concede this election, I do not concede the fight that fueled this campaign.
That's okay to say. There's nothing wrong with that.
The fight for freedom, for opportunity, for fairness, and the dignity of all people. A fight for the ideals at the heart of our nation, the ideals that reflect America at our best.
Sorry, Andrew. Bye. Bye.
That is a fight I will never give up. I will never give up the fight for a future where Americans can pursue their dreams, ambitions, and aspirations, where the women of America have the freedom to make decisions about their own body and not have their government telling them what to do. We will never give up the fight to protect our schools and our streets from gun violence. And America, we will never give up the fight for our democracy, for the rule of law, for equal justice, and for the sacred idea that every one of us, no matter who we are or where we start out, has certain fundamental rights and freedoms that must be respected and upheld.
What's up, Joker? Good morning, kind sir. Good always to see you, man.
And we will continue to wage this fight in the voting booth, in the courts, and in the public square.
Thank you,
And
Big
we
Red.
will also wage it in quieter ways, in how we live our lives, by treating one another with kindness and respect, by looking in the face of a stranger and seeing a neighbor,
America Uncensored, thank you for
by
that.
always using our strength to lift people up, to fight for the dignity that all people deserve.
I hate when she starts doing that like pity baby voice that we all deserve.
The fight for our freedom will take hard work, but like I always say, we like hard work. Hard work is good work.
I do. I definitely owe all of you guys some chat emojis. And you know what? You're very right. Let me get on that. I got to get on that. Thank you for
Hard work can be joyful work.
letting me know.
And the fight for our country is always worth it. It is always worth it. To the young people who are watching, it is, I love you guys. To the young people.
Yeah, that's right. Kamala likes to eat the Snickers upside down for the veins. You know what I mean? Hey, ask Robbie Williams, whatever his name is. I forget what that dude's name was, that in order for her to get to where she is anyways. But we got Jess coming in hot as well with the 5 gifted again. Holy shit. Now that is 20 over to you. 20. Thank you, girl. I appreciate that.
Are watching. It is okay to feel sad and disappointed, but please know it's going to be okay. On the campaign, I would often say, when we fight, we win. But here's the thing. Sometimes the fight takes a while. That doesn't mean we won't win. That doesn't mean we won't win. The important thing is don't ever give up. Don't ever give up. Don't ever stop trying to make the world a better place. You have power. You have power. And don't you ever listen when anyone tells you something is impossible because it has never been done before.
We need some coffee now. Coffee time.
You have the capacity to do extraordinary good in the world. And so to everyone who is watching, do not despair.
Hank, I
This is
know the
not
feeling. I know the feeling, dog. I think a lot of us are feeling that exact same thing.
a time to throw up our hands. This is a time to roll up our sleeves. This is a time to organize, to mobilize, and to stay engaged.
Yo, I just really quick want to give a special shout out to my brother Dean Aston in the chat right now. He is in Israel and he lives basically only about 700 meters away from the Gaza border in Israel. Dude, that's humongous. That's a W right there. You know what I mean? I don't care what anyone's got to say. That shit is fucking awesome. Appreciate you for being in here, brother Dean.
The sake of freedom and justice and the future that we all know we can build together. Look, many of you know I started out as a prosecutor, and throughout my career, I saw people at some of the worst times in their lives. People who had suffered great harm
Willie Brown, sorry.
and great pain, and yet found within themselves the strength and the courage and the resolve to take the stand, to take a stand, to fight for justice, to fight.
We gotta take a stand for justice. Like what is this bullshit? You know what I mean? Come on, Kamala. I hate when you start using that baby tone, like you're speaking to a whole bunch of fucking incompetent idiots. We know that, but the thing is, it's like, you don't have to fucking do that. You know they're adults, right? You know they're human beings. They're not fucking babies, dude.
For themselves, to fight for others.
I can't, it's cringe.
So let their courage be our inspiration. Let their determination be our charge. And I'll close with this.
Thank you, Aaron.
There's an adage an historian once called a law of history, true of every society across the ages. The adage is, only when it is dark enough can you see the stars. I know many people feel like we are entering a dark time, but for the benefit of us all, I hope that is not the case. But here's the thing, America, if it is, let us fill the sky with the light of a brilliant, brilliant billion of stars.
This is so cap. Oh my God, this is cringe. This is hard. This is really hard.
Not the cap.
Not gonna lie.
The light of optimism, of faith, of truth, and service. It's you. And may that work go.
I'm just seeing a whole lot of cope over here, Big Red. You know what I mean? Yeah, absolutely.
Guide us, even in the face of setbacks, toward the extraordinary promise of the United States of America. I thank you all. May God bless you, and may God bless the United States of America. I thank you all.
Of course you didn't write that speech. You know that. All right. That was enough. Just needs a new FXR. She's probably spent enough to buy a brand new FXR. You know what I mean? Well, they don't make brand new FXRs. You know what I mean? Anyways, yes. Damn, that's balls. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Charles, from Down Under as well, by the way. All right, let's go ahead and check in to what's going on the other side of, since we were watching Biden addressing the nation. Of course, now Fox is still going to be reporting a little bit. So let's go ahead and finish up the show over there just to see what's happening in the nation right now. This is live.
East Coast, 8:30 on the West Coast. I did want to give you a live look this morning at the White House, as we did just hear from President
Hell
Biden.
yeah. So wait, is it two? It's two letter or two words. It's insane space wheels. Okay. Would it be easier for it to be one word, like how my channel is, just Insane Wheels? But you guys decide. Whatever's. I mean, I don't know how that works behind the scenes and shit. But if it can work,
he addressed the nation for the first time since former President Donald Trump won the election. We did just hear him say he wants a peaceful transfer of power, unity, and he hopes the country will move forward in
no way. We got Brother Straight Jacket coming in hot for a gifted 5 as well. Yo, Brother Straight Jacket, thank you so much for that. Not only did you send this, but you sent over the Cash App, man. I appreciate you. Thank you for that.
positive way. And with the president-elect Donald Trump securing the presidential win, Biden again pledging to make the next 2.5 months very peaceful when he hands back over the White House to Trump. Fox's Madison Scarpino is in Washington with the latest as America prepares, or just did hear from Biden for the first time.
This morning, we'll hear from President Biden, who is expected to address the nation from the White House Rose Garden. But already, he's praised Vice President Kamala Harris in a statement, noting she entered the campaign under extraordinary circumstances.
The outcome of this election is not what we wanted, but we must accept the results of.
Dude, I swear, it is a class of 69 IQ. 69 IQ, W.
This election.
Hours after polls closed across the country, Vice President Kamala Harris addressed supporters, conceding the 2024 presidential election to President-elect Donald Trump.
Earlier today, I spoke with President-elect Trump and congratulated him on his victory. I also told him that we will help him and his team with their transition, and that we will engage in a peaceful transfer of power.
I'm glad she said that.
Also phoning Trump to congratulate him as mixed reaction from voters continues to pour in.
I honestly don't recognize my country.
I knew it was going to be a Trump landslide. We're tired of illegal immigrants coming over, and we foot the bill.
Meantime, Donald Trump kept a low profile, staying out of the public eye after addressing supporters during the wee hours of Wednesday morning.
Which is smart.
His first day as president-elect spent receiving congratulatory phone calls from world leaders, while beginning the process of soon running the government.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Dude, Justice said, you know what? We're just going to fuck all the 5s. We're going straight to 10. Yo, Straight Jacket said, damn it, Jess. Damn it. Oh my God. There's no way that you're going to outbeat her. There's just no way. She's up to now 10, 20, 30 fucking memberships over to you guys this morning. You guys got to, if you guys got a gifted membership from Jess or anybody gifted memberships, make sure you guys thank the ones that gifted those memberships, man. That's a lot of money flying around here. Shit. Yep. All right, let's go.
New York Governor Kathy Hochul weighing in on Trump's win, pledging to work with the incoming administration to an extent.
I will be very clear. While we honor the results of this election, that does not mean we'll accept an agenda from Washington that strips away the rights that New Yorkers have long enjoyed.
And as we prepare to hear from President Biden, the Trump campaign says the president-elect has accepted Biden's invite to meet at the White House to discuss the transition. In Washington, Madison Scarpino, Fox News.
All right, thank you to Madison Scarpino. Let's stay on our election headlines. As former
if you guys have not gone over to Jess White's YouTube channel, you guys got to make mods. Can you guys please spam her link? If she's live after this live, I'm going to send my raid over to her, where at the end of this, if you guys stick around at the end, as soon as I end the stream, it'll go right over to her, and you guys don't even have to click nothing. It'll just automatically send you there, and then you guys can hit the subscribe button and shit. You know what I mean?
President Donald Trump, again, now the president-elect for the second time. And as the country is preparing for this transition, new Fox News voter analysis data is revealing some of the factors that helped Trump on his path to the White House. Fox News' Ted Linder breaks down the demographics and the stats for us.
And his boxer shorts.
As the results of the presidential election continue sinking in, Fox News voter analysis data highlights several factors. that motivated folks to elect Donald Trump for a second non-consecutive term in the White House.
Good morning,
I voted for
GEG.
Trump. As you can see, I'm a small business owner. To me, I believe he did really well with our economy during COVID with what he was stuck with.
Of the more than 110,000 voters who were surveyed nationwide, the economy was the top concern, followed by immigration, abortion, healthcare, and climate change. 4 in 10 voters said inflation was the single most important factor, backing Trump by roughly 2 to
Yeah, Big Red, I saw you in the chat there. We always have a good time over there.
1. Vice President Kamala Harris took the edge when it came to voters prioritizing reproductive freedom and safeguarding the future of democracy.
Let's fix this economy. Let's close this border.
Meanwhile, about a quarter of voters said they want complete upheaval in the way the country is run.
There's a reset
Oh my God,
that's
straight.
needed.
Survey data indicates voters angry with Joe Biden.
I don't have an OnlyFans. I have an Only Legs, okay? Yeah, stop the cat. Stop the cat. You think that I would be of an average person going on to OnlyFans? Fuck no. Fuck no. What are you talking about? We got Only Legs page around this bitch. You dig?
Oh shit! Oh shit! Policies could have weighed down the Harris campaign. 57% disapproved of Biden's performance.
Thank you for calling this out, because there is a few here that I want to make sure that I respond to real quick. So we got Doug up in the building. You guys know Douglas Kirk in the chat there, man. He sent over on the PayPal. He sent $8 over to the fucking Cash App, or to the PayPal. Thank you for that, kind sir. Thank you for that, Doug. And as well as Brother Beezer, he just sent another fat $50 on the Cash App, saying, for because Jess is making me look bad. Yo, this is fucking crazy, man. Thank you guys for the immense support, man. Thank you, Brother Beezer, for that. As well as we got Mr. Boulay up in here saying, wow, we got the man, the myth, the legend himself. Lloyd Austin memo today. Pentagon committed to orderly transition for Trump. Military stand ready to carry out policies of next commander-in-chief. Obey all laws, lawful orders from citizen chain of command. He had to issue a memo. Really? What the fuck? Yo, that is wild. I'm going to have to do a little bit of digging on that, by the way, Mr. Boulay. And, you know that I'm all about this, the world events and world reporting and geopolitics. So it's something that I really, really, I love this kind of shit, this crazy, internal government and shit like that. I love investigating shit like this. So I will definitely do my due diligence on that. Mr. Boulay, thank you for the 20 spot, the 20 orange spot, man. I appreciate you, kind sir, man.
While half of voters said they approved of Trump's time in office.
I don't blame Kamala.
Steve.
I think she ran in this short amount of time a pretty great campaign.
This year, the gender gap was also wide. Male voters backed Trump by 10 points, while female voters supported Harris by 8.
I think a lot of voters.
You know what, Mule? You know what, Mule? Because I'm having a good day today, you know what I mean? I'll give you guys a free look into, you know what I mean? It's kind of like when you do a taste test, when you go to the mall and you see something, hey, let me just taste that. And then whatever, you can decide to buy it from there. Well, hey, I'll give you a free look. Look, I can point. Bam. Bam. You see that? Yeah, W. Don't even at me, chat. Don't even at me. Because we out here like this. Wham! You know what I mean? Hitting them out of the fucking park. You dig? Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. America.
Have a challenge with women leading.
Vice President Harris has conceded to Trump, telling supporters to accept the results. Ted Lindner, Fox News.
Thank you to our Fox News correspondent, Ted Linder. And as you heard him just say, Vice President Kamala Harris did conceding the race to former President Donald Trump. The 2024 presidential Democratic candidate suffered a loss at the hands of the president-elect Trump. Speaking from Howard University in Washington, D.C., Harris thanked her supporters and staff.
And don't forget, you forgot one thing out of this whole thing, Glare. Well, actually two. The boxer shorts from our man over there, Charles, and also fairy cake or fairy bread, not fairy cake. So they call in Australia, they call essentially a cake fairy bread over there. You know what I mean? Hey, Listen, man, I guess are you guys even a real country? Damn, this is crazy.
For their aid during her campaign, while also officially conceding this election. Let's turn over to our Fox 5 DC station as they give more on that.
Thank you all. Thank you.
Gratitude is what the vice president led with before conceding in front of a crowd.
Hell yeah,
on the
Aaron.
grounds of Howard University.
And I love you back. And I love you back.
After 4 months of campaigning with her running mate, Governor
Appreciate you,
Walz,
Doug.
the race for the White House comes to an end.
It's definitely just taking a toll on all of us, especially just being Howard students.
It's a loss that some are still trying to wrap their head around.
Everyone had faith. Everyone had hope.
Hope for a win on election night as students dance.
It's actually very entertaining, Steve. It's extremely entertaining.
Cheered on from the yard, watching the projections come in.
It was kind of like, oh, okay, she's doing good, okay, and it's like, God. Dang, so it was definitely a lot of emotions.
In the early hours of Wednesday morning, Donald Trump was declared the winner of this race. Devastating news for students on the yard who were rooting for Kamala Harris.
It's like a dang, one person that we were all looking up to and kind of hoping that she would probably.
The point is where we can laugh together. You know what I mean? If I can laugh at myself, you know?
The next president is kind of like a bummer.
During the vice president's concession speech, she left students with some comforting words.
It is okay to feel sad and disappointed, but please know it's going to be okay.
Reminding the crowd to keep on fighting.
You have power, and don't you ever listen when anyone tells you something is impossible because it has never been done before.
Thanks, Doug. It's definitely feeling a lot better, too.
She was every little girl's, every African-American girl's role model.
It's you.
I just want her to know that even though it didn't turn out
That's awesome, Pablo. Thank you for that.
She thought it was going to be, just for her to know that she's a role model in our hearts every day after, and so on and so forth.
Now, the yard here that you're looking at, it was transformed for this historic moment. And because of that, in-person classes are canceled
Charles.
for the rest of the week for students here at Howard.
Thank you to our Fox 5 DC team. I do appreciate their reporting. We are going to go
Hell
away
yeah,
for
Redneck.
a quick minute break on Live Now from Fox. When we come back, we've got more
Let's
events
go ahead
to
and
bring
skip
you. Stay with
ahead
us.
because we are a little bit behind,
We're
which is
talking
perfect.
about a range of issues. Let's turn over there and listen to his quick comments.
Yeah, the fairy bread, bro.
And I think it would be premature for all of us to draw conclusions today. You have to look at the data before you can draw.
Everything okay over there, Brother Lee? That doesn't sound good. I'm fixing to check out YouTube back on some dumb shit. What happened?
And yet you turn on the television and everybody's spouting, what happened? Is there some policy change that should have been implemented? Should there have been some different candidate? Should something else have happened?
Perfect. Coupon code is Insane Wheels, one word, over on Redneck Side Motorcycle Whips, man. You guys got to go check that shit out for real. Like, they got some crazy, awesome gear. You guys actually see me wearing the hat right now. You know what I mean? I've got a flannel back there. I've got a get back whip. Man, it's fucking awesome, man. Here, let me grab it. Check this out. You put this on your bike. You know what I mean? And so the way it works is you actually put this on either whatever side's comfortable for you. Some people put it on their clutch lever. Some people put it on their brake lever, whatever. So it hangs there while you're riding on your handlebars. And so this is a quick release that you can snap it, wham, and it comes right off. And then what you do is essentially when someone gets too close to you on your motorcycle, you can slap and hit their hood of their car. Get back, motherfucker. That's why it's called a get back whip. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's what I'm talking about right there. Big W for Redneck Side. Thank you.
I don't know. And I think that we have to stop, take a breath. Democrats certainly should look, over the next couple of months at the data across every state and draw some conclusions. Here's what I want to say, though, about Illinois. Interestingly, with all of the improvement that Donald Trump had across the country and in Illinois.
I'm trying to dissect what you mean by that, Jess. What does that mean? I have 1 hour. Mike has 1 hour. I'm trying to figure that out.
Of his margin.
Are you live yet, Jess, by the way? Because at the end of this, I'm going to send my rate over to you.
If you look just below that and all the way down the ballot in Illinois, Democrats won every seat in the General Assembly that it already had. And we won.
I'm not even joking. I planned on doing that this morning until I saw what happened. That Biden was going to essentially speak out to the nation. I didn't know that was going to happen until this morning. And so originally the one that I had planned was a liberal meltdown compilation video. And it was actually one that's actually perfect. So we'll probably end up doing that tomorrow morning. You know what I mean? We'll save that for tomorrow morning because, well, there was a lot of stuff going on. Might as well report on the last few words from these two people. You know what I mean?
Races that I think people didn't expect, at county board races, taking control of the McLean County Board, for example, coroners races. Literally, if you look, people clearly bifurcated, and made decisions different down the ballot.
Papa got one too. That's right.
Ballot. And so I'm proud of that. I think that's a result of the policies that Democrats have had in Illinois and the approval of the voters about those.
Oh, now I understand. Yeah, that's true. That's very true, Straight.
A result of organizing.
More like a Vegas weekend. You know what I mean?
The Democratic Party of Illinois, which was not organized a couple of years ago, right? It was almost moribund if you go back 2.5 years. And so a lot has been done to rebuild the scaffolding and the infrastructure of the party. I'm
going to have to read this one out loud because it's just too based. We got Steve Easy in the chat saying, who doesn't have power? Kamala, long live the patriarchy. All these women that thought that she was going to be, the president. Stop. You didn't really think, did you?
Remember that Republicans in Illinois were projecting that they would win 5 seats in the General Assembly. And they didn't. And there were a lot of competitive races all across the state, and Democrats fared very well.
Governor, can you talk about
Olivia, sorry, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Are you partnering with other Democratic governors to kind of fortify some of those Democratic values?
Yeah, what's crazy to me is they say they don't know why, but I'll tell you why they really lost. The reason why they lost is their entire campaign was on identity politics, and everyone saw through the bullshit. In every metric of identity politics, by the way. That's why she was the not the one that was voted in from the Democratic Party, but selected. She had the best ability to run off of basically identity politics, and she had the capability of raising money. You have those two things, the Democrats want you, and unfortunately, didn't work. Everyone got tired of that shit.
Yeah, I think I mentioned it earlier. The answer is I've talked to other governors. It's been a day since the election, day and a half now, I guess. So we all, I think,
What
we
up,
have
Bobby?
like mind about protecting certain rights and making sure that we're going to be able to withstand, 4 years of a Donald Trump presidency, and also the areas where we might work with the administration, whatever those may be. So there's a lot.
And in California too, by the way, Gary. Now I live in the free state of Alabama now, you know what I mean? So I don't have to worry about shit. Big W for God's country.
A lot of discussion going on, certainly among Democratic governors. But I have to say, I talked to Republican and Democratic governors, and when you're governing, I mean, there's a lot that you have to deal with that is just common across the board about things that you need to do in your state, and so those are conversations that are going to be ongoing.
Yeah, but can you talk a little bit about the crumbling of the blue wall? Democrats
Exactly, Steve.
Here in Illinois, going to Wisconsin, going to Michigan, even Pennsylvania and whatnot, and yet all 3 of those states.
So this is okay. Let's. Who cares about this dude? Honestly, you know what I mean. Let's go ahead and skip. I don't care what the Illinois governor has to say anymore. You know what I mean? I never did.
Of a court.
Now we're only about 10 minutes
in
behind.
Manhattan, as a judge has ordered Rudy Giuliani to appear today.
Hit that
We
like
actually
button.
just
That's right,
saw
Doug.
him moments
Thank
ago,
you, kind sir.
walking into court. You can see them zooming in on the sign there. He's appearing because he has to explain why he missed a deadline to surrender his
I'm in a
belongings.
waiting room. Wait, what does that mean, Bob? I'm in a waiting room. You're not on this stream. I'm in a waiting room. How do I get subtitles on a phone? Oh, I see what you're saying. So someone in the chat, let them know to hit CC at the top right of the corner of the screen. You know what I mean? Someone let them know that in the chat.
Including a Mercedes that appeared to be the same car that he was spotted in on Tuesday as part of a $148 million defamation judgment. And you can actually see the photographers panning in and out here. We can see microphones set up. So we are anticipating perhaps maybe another press conference to start here after this is all.
Yep. Usually we do the balloon pop shows on Thursdays, which is today, mind you. You know what I mean? But obviously you guys see what's going on in the media.
All said and done. U.S. District Judge Louis Lehman issued the order late Monday after lawyers for Rudy Freeman and her daughter, Wandrea, two former Georgia election workers who were awarded the massive judgment, reported to the court that
all
they
those
went to
guys are a great time. You know what I mean? Glenn Lawrence, he's a great person to hang out with and listen in, and he's got some really based takes as well. He's a good friend of mine, as well as Jess. I mean, we got a lot of people in this community, man. Grade One Motorsports, shit.
Giuliani's Manhattan apartment last week to see what assets were there, but that it had been cleared out. We actually did catch Giuliani walking in just moments ago. Very brief remarks that we did want to play out for you here, just about 2 minutes long. Let's listen in to hear.
I got you, Martin. Check it out. So this is an XL, and it's a motorcycle whips, redneck side motorcycle whips, and they have the patch in the inside, man. And you can see this is an XL because that's what I wear, right? But these things are really nice, man. I got that hat, stickers, shirts, patches, man. The Brotherhood patches. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm talking about, man. Look how cool is that shit? It's fucking awesome. And then a whole bunch of stickers as well. You know what I mean? You know that there's stickers galore. Yeah, man. I appreciate them over there.
What he had to say.
Pardon me? Has Trump called you? He certainly has. What did he say?
Okay, Jess, no worries.
Well, you might. What? Did he say Happy New Year? What did he say?
We didn't say Happy New Year. Why would he say Happy New Year?
You gotta get the quote. You gotta get the quote.
One of the reasons he got elected is he's so articulate and on the money. If he said Happy New Year, I wonder.
Why did you give Andrew those World Series?
Roll Tide. That's right, Mr. Boulet.
When I die, I would.
Well, you know, when it was challenged, and it was a phony challenge, much like a lot of the phony things you all do. The challenge was, when they first found out about the rings, they said it was a bribe from George Steinbrenner.
Hey, you know, that's the greatest part about it is I don't have to use none of that for something like that. Man, just my words alone get people to rage quit.
Because I got the ring after I was made. Then they said I didn't pay for the rings. I paid $24,000 for the rings. One reporter actually went and said, no, those rings are worth more to you. In other words, the rings are worth more because they're Giuliani's rings. I said, well, in that case, my suit's worth more. My tie.
What's up, Gold Bar? We got the man, the myth, the legend up in here as well, man. If you guys can do me a favor, man, Gold Bar is one of the legends, man. He's also a sponsor of the show for our magic left-handed tobacco. You know what I mean? I appreciate you, kind sir. Much love, honor, respect to you. Hopefully you gotta hit me up sometime soon, man. We'll talk.
So worth more. I paid full retail value for it because I'm a very honest person. I've never broken a law. I've lived a life of ethics.
Thank you, Are We Not Men?
You could talk to people that work for me.
That's right. That's right. We're live. It won't do it if you're live. That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah. When you're not live, when you're not live, it'll have the captions and stuff. But when you're live, they can't obviously predict what the hell I'm going to say.
All of these charges are completely false, ridiculously exaggerated. This case was brought by a law partner, and the law partner was a major lawyer for the most crooked company in Burisma, in Ukraine called Burisma. whose wrongdoing I uncovered.
Testing my chat ability again. I was blocked by someone. No one on this side, because I can see any comment that were to come up, and then if let's say if someone timed you out or deleted it or whatever, I would see that. You know what I mean? From my side. Anson, this has been happening a lot for the last 2 weeks leading up to this election. Is unfortunately, even on my own fucking platform, I will get blocked on my own comments on my own platform, which is absurd. Like that's insane. You know what I mean? It's actually mind blowing. So it's a YouTube fault right there. Sorry to hear that, man.
I think this is legitimate.
Can you envision yourself working for the Trump administration?
Up to 5x on flannels. Damn.
Trump called you?
All right, again, very brief remarks there as Rudy Giuliani caught walking into
the
courtroom, which we are, again, giving you a live look at right now. If we do hear another press conference after he is out of court, of course, we'll take that to you here on Live Now from Fox. In the meantime, let's continue our election headlines, taking you over to a live look at Mar-a-Lago in Florida, Trump's home, as there is
some
extra
crayons.
security at Mar-a-Lago.
Which one do you eat? You eat the blue or the red ones? You know what I mean?
Now since the results of the 2024 presidential election. And we did have an interview last hour here just discussing what's going to happen to Trump's criminal trials now that he is the president-elect. A lot of questions surrounding that. In a nutshell, though, his presidential victory will essentially end these criminal cases that are brought against him on the federal level, at least the 4 years that he is in the White House. Trump has again been facing those 4 simultaneous prosecutions this year over those allegations ranging from his attempt to cover up the hush money.
Believe it or not, all my shirts, every single one of my shirts that I have, I'm wearing an XL right now. You know what I mean? I've always worn, theoretically I'm a large, you know what I mean? But I wear XL because I wear them a little baggy. I'm from the West Coast, you know what I mean? That's what Californians do. It's standard over there. And it doesn't look crazy big on me, you know what I mean? It's not all fucked up, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's good.
Payment to porn star Stormy Daniels, to attempting to overturn the 2020 election results. On a federal level, the DOJ saying yesterday they are
Back in News Canada, that's right.
Wind down special counsel Jack Smith's 2 criminal cases against Trump due to a long-standing policy that forbids prosecuting a sitting president. But what about on the state level? Well, that's still up in the air there to figure out what exactly is going to happen.
It's rough down in the South, too.
Trump doesn't have a lot of power on the state level, but of course, the potential for those to get thrown out as well. A lot of questions also about the January 6th convictions, but we did want to turn to one of our Fox News
Dog is a
correspondents
savage
as he breaks down what could happen there.
Whoa, look at this shit.
In the nearly 4 years since January 6, 2021,
Oh, okay, I see what's going
well
on.
over 1,000 people have been charged with crimes, many convicted.
Actually,
Soon, though,
it's 1,500, by the way. I actually had a very long discussion with a Jan 6er last night. And I've had a few conversations with him on Glenn's panel. And there was 1,500 so far convicted. And he just spent 3 years in prison and came out. He just came out. And so, yeah, we've actually had a lot of discussion back and forth. There's a lot of things that people just, you know what I mean? There's a lot of, the truth is I really, from the evidence I've seen, this was all the feds doing. Just saying.
all of those cases may just go away.
And that's what you expect to happen.
Yeah. Here's why. On multiple occasions, now President-elect Donald Trump has said he'd pardon January 6 defendants. This clip is from August.
That's really cool of you to say, Brother Straight Jacket, by the way.
What's going to happen? Oh, absolutely, I would.
You would pardon those?
If they're innocent, I would pardon them.
They've been convicted.
And by the way, the Supreme Court...
There's a majority of these people are fucking innocent. Now, the bad actors and the hired fucking people that were involved in Jan 6 and the rats, keep them fucking locked up.
Just under... Well, they were convicted by a very tough system.
Already, just since Tuesday, we've seen a defendant mention Trump's comments while seeking to delay his case unsuccessfully in court. So now that Trump has been voted into office again, we asked law professor Mark Graber what he thinks will happen next.
Trump
is the president. And in the United States, the president basically
You know what?
controls
I'm gonna wear
prosecution.
that. I'm gonna wear it on my show tomorrow morning. That's what I'm gonna end up doing because I'll make it. You know, I'll make it nice. You know what I mean? Absolutely. I'll put it on tomorrow morning.
I could make plans
You got
after
it.
Trump's inauguration. I could say, honey, I'll be home. Be home by February.
If you were a January 6th defendant, that's what you would be saying right now.
Yeah.
And remember, Trump himself is facing federal charges in connection with January 6th. Ultimately, Graber said he expects that case and others Trump is facing to go away as well.
All right, and of course, one of the other legal troubles that Trump has been facing is in Fulton County, Georgia. So we did want to turn over
Brother
to
Slim.
our Fox Atlanta team as they discuss
Red
this
crayons.
a little
That's
bit
right.
further.
It's done. There's going to be no consequence, whether the allegations are true or not.
President-elect Donald Trump is accused of illegally interfering in Georgia's 2020 election.
Man, and not only that, but including in January 6th. You know what I mean? There's BLM. There was BLM there. There was, I forget what the name of that Patriot something step or something. I can't remember what they are. The Proud Boys were there. And also Antifa. There was all these different organizations, but ironically, where the actual violence came from was from the bad actors and the rats that, fed shit to the government at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
And faces racketeering charges in Fulton County. His lawyers tried to use Mr. Trump running for office as a reason to delay the case. Now that he's been elected, things get even more complicated.
That's right. Everybody hit that like button for me, man. That would really help out the show, man. Hit that like button. It's the #1 metric of all of YouTube. Appreciate the call out.
Supremacy clause and his duties as president of the United States. This trial would not take place at all until after he left his term of office.
A Trump Justice Department can't make the Fulton case go away, but it was already teetering because of District Attorney Fani Willis's personal relationship with Nathan Wade, a lawyer she hired for the case.
So, he beat two women. He beat Hillary Clinton and he beat Kamala Harris. Does that make him a woman beater now? Oh shit. That's crazy.
Next month, the Georgia Court of Appeals will hear arguments to determine if Willis should be removed. Attorney Manny Aurora represented Kenneth Chesborough, a Fulton County Trump co-defendant who took a plea deal.
Unfortunately, they took 2 years to bring it, or how.
Oh, I'm not wearing your
was.
shirt today. Not that I've seen, by the way, Beezer. It looks fine to me.
This just shows you if you're going to bring charges, expedite it through and get the cases moving.
Because Aurora expects the Fulton County case against the president-elect to wither and die.
It's just been a colossal
Not
waste
only
of-
the Patriot Act, but the Restrict Act as well that we passed the TikTok bill. Remember when we all just did that? The TikTok bill had nothing to do with TikTok. It had all to do with the Restrict Act, which is the Patriot Act times 1,000. It's on steroids, essentially. Where essentially all your Ring doorbells and stuff, they can report you now, and they can listen in on you now from there. They can do the same thing with your televisions. They can do the same thing with your phones. They can do the same thing with your Alexa. Everything that listens, they're now allowed to use against you. Yeah.
of our Fulton County taxpayer dollars.
Yeah. Meanwhile, people
All right,
thought
thank you to
that the
our
Patriot
Fox
Act was
News
terrible.
correspondents. We
And
did
it
want
is.
to pivot to a live event now. If you give me a second, I'll pull it up for you. This is a live look inside a courtroom as a student murder suspect Brian Kohberger is
What's up,
returning to
Shay? We got
court.
Shay up in here from Dublin, Ireland, man. Shout out to my Ireland friends over there, man. Shay, thank you for coming and hanging out with
Now,
us.
where his defense hopes to have the death penalty taken off the
Mr.
table
Mister.
before he goes to trial in the stabbing deaths of 4 University of Idaho undergraduate students. It was the Idaho College murders. If you remember this, it was a big story. It still is, as we are still having these developments. And here today, the defense planning to call 2 expert witnesses at the hearing, forensic pathologist
Facts,
Dr.
Steve.
Barbara Wolf and University of Idaho law professor Eliza Cover, whose research has examined capital punishment and constitutional
Yeah,
law.
it's going to
Let's hear
expose
the sound
too many things, Mr. Mister. Oh man, I know that you were on the panel regarding Tim from the Jan 6er. We had that conversation last night with you on there.
Here and listen in.
You get to the narrowing factors, which is the duty of the legislature that cannot be abrogated to any other branch to fix when there is no proper narrowing. Professor Cover concluded that when you
I believe that,
analyze
Hank.
those things with the 195 cases that she reviewed and collected data on against the number of death verdicts, which is so low, that you end up with a statistic that is worse than the statistic that the Supreme Court struck down and Furman.
Well,
And
so the Furman's an interesting decision, right? Because while I recognize two of the justices talked about those specific statistics, I don't know that those specific statistics are in fact a binding opinion of the court. There's much more in Furman apart from the statistics that two justices relied on.
And I don't disagree with that, but it's certainly guidance for the court. You know, when you're not hearing testimony from the expert to explain everything that was taken into consideration.
Let me go ahead and look on my app right here, the weather app, right? So right now it's 76 degrees at 11:26 a.m., almost noon. And the high will be 78 today, and the low will be 65. That is what the temperature is here where I live in Alabama. So, and it's going down in temp too. Saturday will be down to 75, Sunday 72, Monday 70, Tuesday 69. Those are the highs.
Consideration in the conclusions that she drew, then what I'm going to do is take it at the high level that Furman is the guidance of those statistics. Her statistics show that Idaho's were vastly worse, and so it's certainly something that the court needs to take into consideration in terms of whether or not there is the ability to narrow in the state of Idaho. The conclusion from the expert who did the study here is that there is no narrowing.
And my question was more a legal one, which is
That's crazy, Beezer. You guys always got it so
the
damn hot over
analysis
there.
by Dr. Cover in her extensive law review article takes as its starting point that you have to have a statistic below that identified by the two justices in Furman.
Your Honor, I guess I disagree that that's where she draws a hard line there. I think that it's guidance.
Cincinnati.
And there were other states that she looked at that she could certainly, if she testified, explain what was going on in all of the things that were going on in her.
Yeah, what's your guys' temp right now? Let me know in the chat, man.
Analysis, but I don't know that my interpretation is that there's this hard.
Thank you, Brother Shadow, for being here and for your support.
We have a line that the United States Supreme Court looked at, and Idaho's is worse.
Now, if you guys don't know what's being talked about here is, I mean, you guys may or may not have saw this down below. This is about a death penalty hearing for Idaho college murder suspects, by the way. 9 degrees Celsius. 31 in Montana. That's cold, man. Hell no.
So the problem when you have no narrowing is that instead of it being a
60 degrees in Ohio. All right, all right. Tats over there, 48 degrees Fahrenheit in England. Yep. That's what I'm talking about. 72 feels 78 humid down there in South Texas. That is what I'm talking about right there, man. That is awesome. Oh, okay. So 48 degrees Fahrenheit is 9 degrees Celsius. Got you. Wow. And then 12 for her. So that would be like 50 something, 80 degrees Fahrenheit in Southern Texas. Oh shit. It's way hotter for you. Yeah. Than everybody else. Yeah. That's brutal. And then also Brother SNS is in Texas as well, but I don't think he's in that state right this second. Are you in Texas back at home yet? SNS? Let me know in the chat, man. Tony says 75 in SoCal. That's where I used to live, where I just moved from essentially. And yeah, that's usually about the same temp it is right there.
Situation where the worst of the
Salem,
worst
Indiana,
are being
64.
charged with the death penalty. Everyone falls within that category.
Man, Carney, that's fucking cold.
And that cannot be remedied by anyone else other than the legislature, because that is their duty. And if there's no narrowing, then and it's arbitrary, then that's a basis for this court to strike the death penalty. There were, when Dr. Cover did her study, she looked at
Gary,
other states that did a better job of narrowing in statutory aggravating factors. And I want to give the court an example.
Are you the only dude dealing with snow in this bitch right now? You know what I mean? Like, is anybody else dealing with snow right now? That's crazy. He's in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Example of what that looks like in
In
the
Canada,
state of Oregon, which actually is on pause with its death penalty right now. A narrowed statute there is the murder of two or more people or terrorism while in custody and after a previous homicide conviction, premeditation and against a child.
yeah, Beezer, that's the only type of snow you would know about in South Florida. You know what I mean?
Under 14 years of age.
What the fuck?
Or premeditation and against a police officer or another
Some
officer.
booger sugar.
So that's an example of how a legislature can certainly make an attempt at getting factors much more narrowed and tailored. Now, Oregon's hasn't been.
Thank you, by the way. You know, we had some reporting this morning, of course, Biden addressing the nation live, which we covered. We try to cover and break news over here, as well as on top of that, we even cover what Barack Obama said last night, as well as Kamala Harris's her concession speech last night. We covered as well. Yep, absolutely. Thank you for hanging out with us. Good to hear.
As I understand, it has not been taken up on appeal, so it hasn't been analyzed.
Look, all the gangsters coming out. You know what I mean? All the gangsters coming out, going, "What? I don't deal with snow. This is the type of snow I know about." You know what I mean?
This level, and the death penalty is on pause there, but it is an example of a statute that can be narrowed. The other thing that I wanted to point out is that the state of California versus Tulipa, and I hope I'm saying that name right, has a statute for aggravators that in and of itself carries a whole bunch of mitigating factors for the state to actually take into consideration. So the state doesn't wait until it's very clear that the state is looking at what only happens in Idaho at the selection phase.
You want a bit of
and not
snowman?
the eligibility phase.
You want a bit of snowman? Yeah, I can't do that, but that's fucking hilarious.
The other point that I want to make about our motion on this is the issue of geography, and I want to point out that we are arguing geography in the context of equal protection, which is a
Brother
unique
Steve, appreciate you, man.
argument that has been
Be safe out there.
made in Idaho and has not been addressed on appeal when it was being raised in Harrison over financial resources.
You know what? That's a humongous W right there. I'll go. Factory coming in hot with the subscription to the. I've never actually done a call out for this, but I'm going to do it because look, we're actually talking about Actively Idaho. Never saw the channel before. Came in while we're reporting in Idaho. That's awesome, man. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. You could be anywhere in the world, but yet you're here with us. Enjoy yourself. For real.
And the point was geography. It was in the context of arbitrary and capricious and not in the context
Wow.
of
That's humongous. Arizona finally called for Trump. Oh, wow. Let me see if that affects right now, if anything affected now on the House race, because we are in the House race right now. Yep. Okay, so hold on. We're going to go ahead and get the numbers here. I'll grab them here right now.
Of equal
But as I
protection.
understand your analysis is that the there's a predilection for capital cases to come from
Nope, we're still sitting at 207.
geographic.
We've been waiting on 207. We've gained one seat, and of course, what that means is one seat was lost on the Democratic side.
Centers of large populations, correct?
Correct.
Client's case does not stem from one of those.
That's true, Judge, but this is not, we're not talking about the facts of our client's case right now.
True.
We're talking about Idaho's
Your claim
statutory
is
scheme.
On the whole, your claim is that it violates equal protection.
Correct. And not only on an Idaho level, but also on a national level, when you take into consideration how many states have stopped using the death penalty or paused using the death penalty. So it's geographical.
Oh yeah, no, it's out. It's going to be, we're on track for it right now, Algo. We have everything, literally. You know what I mean? It's a true, what we call a true red wave. That's what's happening.
A state level, and it's geographical at a national level.
And Alaska, that's right. Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I think the last 3 or 4 death penalty cases
No snow
have come from outside those geographic centers in Idaho.
In terms of the southeastern Idaho.
2 in southeast Idaho, and I recognize one was death penalty was taken off the table for reasons outside the control. Well, I suppose not ultimately outside
urgent
the control of the
care.
state,
I hope
but
that you're doing all right, Bob. Damn. What are you in urgent care for, man? That's terrible to hear. Hopefully you feel better, like sooner rather than later, man. Damn.
because of the state's failure
Sorry
in
to hear that.
discovery. This case, and then I believe there was another one up in the 2nd district relatively recently that then was resolved.
Yep. And I can't dispute that. That still does not eliminate the fact that in Hairston, the Dr. Jensen
If you guys don't know what's going on in the chat, I had a little bit of a debate last night. You know what I mean? And also, the person I was debating against rage quit off the panel.
that there was a geographical issue. And in Dr. Cover's study, she made observations about geography as well.
But even she's confessed she
He is
couldn't make
bored.
any
He's like this.
conclusions based on that.
And that was why I used the word observation. And had she testified, she would have explained her observations regarding that. But it is instructive to see that a study that was conducted in 1995
Damn
in
straight.
Hairston has the same results in 2019, even if it's just an observation about geography. One of the things that the Supreme Court mentioned in its decision
Yeah, it was a full-on rage quit. And then they ended the show early.
in Hairston is that they really wanted more information about the data that had been gathered and the reasons that there was a determination by Dr. Jensen regarding that and more analysis. But nonetheless, that was Dr. Jensen's conclusion, and they are Professor Cover's observations.
Flip your page.
For those reasons,
Jesus. She really had to think about what she's going to say next. Damn.
You're asking that you find, based on Professor Cover's study, taking it at face value with its conclusions and providing you with the data that we will look at and redact.
If I
names.
go there, in other words, if I accept that there's an actual valid analysis to be done here, would you agree that I need to look at cases since 2019 as well?
Straight Jacket said it.
All right, we are just listening in there to this death penalty hearing for Idaho College murders suspect Brian Koberger.
I'm actually surprised at how long they actually covered that. But hey, you know, it was interesting to hear in. I actually didn't know that this was actually going on prior to this reporting. I'm not going to lie.
Back in court Thursday, where his defense is hoping to have the death penalty taken off the table before he
Okay,
goes
I'll
to
stay live
trial in the
for him.
stabbing
I'll
deaths
stay
of
live
those
for him.
4 University of Idaho
Or,
students.
you know,
Covert
Mr.
is fueled
Boulay,
by-
is it possible to ask him to start a little earlier than normal so that I can just have it set and you know what I mean? Like we'll go. You know what I mean? That'd be kind of cool. But thank you for letting me know that because I will raid him.
Filed a number of attacks on the possibility of capital punishment last month. Did want to point your attention to the screens here. Rudy Giuliani back in court. We did just bring those brief remarks from him as he headed into that New York courtroom moments ago. We are also expecting at 1:30 the White House press briefing. Also, this image just did pop up here for us, and I did want to let you know we are keeping an eye on this as well. This is going to be the State Department briefing with spokesperson Matthew Miller. Let's go away for a quick 2-minute break here on Live Now from Fox. We'll be back shortly. Thank you.
All right, let's go ahead and bring this up a little bit. And we'll do, okay, are they continuing the report on this? They are. Oh, and there is going to be live right now.
Tuesday. Again, this all part of a $148 million defamation judgment. We did hear from him.
Is this against Rudy? I think this is against Rudy right
so
here.
ago. Very brief remarks, just about 2 minutes, but he did speak outside of the courtroom.
Thank you,
Let's
Mr.
play those for you
Boulay.
right now.
Has Trump called you? He certainly has.
What did he say?
I'm not going to tell you.
Well, you might.
What?
I'm not going to tell you. Did he say Happy New Year? What did he
Yeah,
say?
Bees, are you drunk? No, I'm just playing with you.
We didn't say Happy New Year. Why would he say Happy New Year?
Watch out, guys. We got to get in the court. We got to get in court.
One of the reasons he got elected is he was so articulate and on the money. He said
Hit that like button for me, y'all.
Why did you give Andrew those World Series rings?
Wouldn't you give it to your son?
When I die, I would.
Well, you know, when it was challenged, and it was a phony challenge, much like a lot of the phony things you all do. The challenge was, when they first found out about the rings, they said it was a bribe from George Steinbrenner. Of course, I got the rings after I was made. Then they said I didn't pay for the rings. I paid $24,000 for the rings.
Yeah. I paid $25,000 for the damn rings. Yeah, right.
One reporter actually went and said, no, those rings are worth more.
Absolutely, America Uncensored. Thank you for being here.
In other words, the rings are
We'll
worth
see you on the
more
flip side. Be
than
safe.
Giuliani's rings. I said, well, in that case, my suit's worth more. My tie is worth more. My socks are worth more. I paid full detailed value for it because I'm a very honest person. I've never broken a law. I've lived a life of ethics because I've been a prosecutor. You could talk to people that work for me. I'm obsessive about it. All of these charges are completely false, ridiculously exaggerated. This case was brought by a law partner.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense here.
And the law partner was a major lawyer for the most crooked company in Burisma, in Ukraine called Burisma, whose wrongdoing I uncovered 4 years ago. So if you think this is legitimate,
Can you envision yourself working for the Trump administration?
Look at like fuck y'all now. See ya. Swallowed. You just got swallowed.
Has Trump called you? He certainly has.
There's no way they're gonna replay that. Okay.
All right, again, just listening into those remarks about an hour or so ago from Rudy Giuliani, you can actually hear that reporter asking him if Trump has spoken to him. He said, yes, he has. We also did hear, of course, from President Biden just a little bit ago. He addressed the nation for the first time since Trump won the election. And we're going to play those out for you in just 2 short minutes. But for right now, let's jump away for a quick 2-minute break here on Live Now from Fox.
All right, and now we can be completely live and be caught up
Live now from
this
Fox.
second.
My name is Christy Matino.
This is
Thanks
live
for
this
being
second.
with us. We did just hear from President
We'll
Biden.
do one last cycle.
Maybe about an hour or so ago, as he addressed the nation for the first time since former President Donald Trump, now President-elect Donald Trump, won the election. Let's turn up the sound and listen in.
You know,
He only spoke for like 30
America,
seconds.
since our very founding, has always been an ongoing debate and still vital today.
Damn, Fox. Fix your fucking audio.
I know for some people.
Yeah.
Oh, so sorry. Looks like we had a tech issue there. We are going to jump right back to that right now.
Yeah, it was not my fault.
You know, The struggle for the soul of America, since our very founding, has always been an ongoing debate and still vital today. I know for some people, it's a time for victory, to state the obvious. For others,
Yeah, damn it to me,
time of
Mr. Boulay.
loss.
Appreciate you.
Campaigns are contests
Thank you for that.
of competing visions.
Hey, I'm going to make you a
The
mod in
country
here too, by
chooses
the way.
one or the other.
That's only fair. Mr. Boulay, I'm going to make you a mod in here as well so you can have access to links and everything. You know what I mean? I got you.
We accept the choice the country made. I've said many times, you can't love your country only when you win. You can't love your neighbor only when you agree.
Thy neighbor.
Something I hope we can do, no matter who you voted
Ryer.
for, is see each other
Yo.
not as adversaries, but as
Coffee
fellow
time.
Americans. Bring down the temperature. I also hope we can lay to rest the question about the integrity of the American electoral system. It is honest, it is fair, and it is transparent.
That's a
And it
good
can be
question, Blair.
trusted, win or lose.
But you also got to remember population difference. They're going to have a humongous different opinion because, well, if they were dealing with socialized medicine with 350 million people and waiting 8 months to get in, you know, yeah, you would have an issue with it.
I also hope we can restore the respect for all our election workers who busted their necks and took risks at the outset. We should thank them. Thank them for staffing voting sites, counting the votes, protecting the very integrity of the election.
Oh my God, MG.
Many of them are volunteers.
Let's sing Kumbaya. Yeah, it's no kidding, MG. Hey, I got to give you, that's a based ass comment. After we just called you Nazis and garbage, hey, we got, you know, we're so thankful, you know, for the time and stop the cat.
Stop the cat.
And saying after all that, then to say we need to bring down the heat. We need to bring down the temperature. Yo, it is your rhetoric. You know what I mean? Like you just like last week were calling all like 50% of the American people, actually the majority of this country right now, garbage. How the fuck can you have any room to say we need to bring down the temperature? Like, yo, his advisors are just telling him he has to say that shit.
Who do it simply out
Straight
of
up.
love for their country. And as they did their duty as citizens.
Fox, fix your fucking bunk ass microphone. You know what I mean? Oh, shit. It's very easy to fucking get your audio to work. It's not that hard. You know what I mean? But audio engineers, man, they screwing up over here.
I will do my duty as president. I'll fulfill my oath. And I will honor the Constitution. On January 20th, we'll have a peaceful transfer of power here in America. To all our incredible staff, supporters, cabinet members, all the people who've been hanging out with me for the last 4 years, God love you, as my mother would say. Thank you so much. You put so much into
Exactly,
the last 4
Algo.
years. I know it's a difficult time. You're hurting. I hear you and I see you. But don't forget all that we accomplished.
Hey, my man, Mr.
It's been
Boulay.
a historic presidency.
No, you're like the community legendary mod. You know what I mean? And you live in a based ass state. You live in the same state I do, so I got to give you a W. You know what I mean?
Not because I'm president, because what we've done, what you've done, a presidency for all Americans. Much of the work we've done is already being felt by the American people.
Thank you, sir.
The vast majority of it will not be felt. We felt over the next 10 years. We have legislation we passed that's just only now just really kicking in. We're going to see over $1 trillion worth of infrastructure work done.
Honestly, I couldn't explain to you what the cameraman's doing. I don't know if he's just panning around just to get for everyone to feel what the environment's like. I don't know.
Changing people's lives in rural communities and communities that are in real difficulty.
Difficulty.
Because it takes time to get it done.
What? What was that, Biden?
There's so much more. It's going to take time, but it's there. The road ahead is clear, assuming we sustain it. There's so much we can get done and will get done. based the way the legislation was.
I already
passed.
have one that I'm going to present, Beezer. I already have it lock and loaded. I'm not going to play it today, but I'm going to play it tomorrow morning. It's going to be a lib meltdown day. You know what I mean? That's what we're going to do. We're going to like celebrate lib meltdown day, which will be tomorrow.
And it's truly historic. You know, we're leaving behind the strongest economy
Exactly,
in the world.
MG. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah. You really believe that there was a 15 million difference compared to what the popular vote of this election was? You know what I mean? Stop the cap, yo. That's absolutely ludicrous. I mean, this election actually, in hindsight, proved 2020. Period.
No, people are still hurting, but things are changing rapidly. Together, we've changed America.
I have no idea, GG.
Now we have 74 days to finish the term, our term.
Oh, it's the producer in the
Let's
back.
make every day count. That's the responsibility we have to the American people. Look, folks, you all know it in your lives. Setbacks are unavoidable.
Jay, they just lie through their teeth the entire time.
But giving up is unforgivable. Setbacks are unavoidable, but
Fix
giving
your
up
audio.
is unforgivable.
Damn.
We all get knocked down.
How does me, you know what I mean? I have better audio than an actual full-on news station. Like, yo, it happens all the time. They cross these wires on the ground, and when you cross these cables, XLR mics, or cables together, they can actually make that hissing sound in the background that you hear, like, psst, just like almost that white noise. Like, see, I know this shit, but, you know, hey, whatever.
The measure of our character, as my dad would say, is how quickly we get back up. Remember, a defeat does not mean we are defeated. We lost this battle. The America of your dreams.
What is that cameraman doing?
Is calling for you to get back up. That's the story of America for over 240 years.
No kidding.
It's a story for all of us, not just some of us. The American experiment endures. We're going to be okay, but we need to stay engaged. We need to keep going.
Yep, and it all stemmed from Daddy Barack Obama's administration. All of this. Finally, we're getting Obama's administration the fuck out. You know what I mean? W America. Hey, sit back and watch how we take our country back. You know what I mean? Exactly.
And above all, we need to keep the faith. I'm so proud to have worked with all of you. I really mean it. I sincerely mean it. God bless you all. God bless America. And may God protect our troops. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
What went wrong, Mr. President?
Again, that was President Biden just about an hour or so ago, speaking for the first time to the American people after
He's
former
just yawning.
President Donald Trump has won the election, calling for unity now in the country. I did want to share this live look with you. This is our Fox team in LA is showing this image of these wildfires. This is a fast-moving fire.
Yep, I did hear about these fires. Was this last night I heard about this, or was it this morning? I can't remember. It may have been this morning.
And for reference, this is in Ventura County. This is about 50 miles northwest of Los Angeles. For perspective, this is burning near Moore Park. And this has triggered mandatory evacuation orders and road closures as people are warning of the potential for extreme and life-threatening fires.
California is always in fire.
As
you know
you
what I
can
mean?
see it zooming in
Nothing
there to
new.
some of that smoke. This mountain fire has already spread over 14,000 acres.
That's what it was, Claire. It was you that did it. That's hilarious. Good call out there.
Reported around 9:40 p.m. on Wednesday, and we did bring you this story on Live Now from Fox yesterday near South Mountain, which is the 7900
No
block
way.
of Balcom.
She didn't have the cue cards queued for her losing speech? Yeah. She didn't have a losing speech prepared, huh? You know, like memorized like she would for if she won. You know what I mean? You know, she only rehearsed the winning speech in the back. You know what I mean? She rehearsed that only. Oh my God, that's hilarious, MG. Good observation, by the way. I believe it. I believe it.
Bradley Road, if you are familiar with this area. The fire did cross Highway 118. It spread to the Camarillo Heights neighborhood, prompting these additional evacuations. Again, this is some image from our Sky Fox, just showing how fast this fire is moving, damaging homes. And the Ventura County Fire Department reporting that several people have been injured and taken to hospital.
Yeah, you never know. You never know, Gary, what the extent they'll do to make that happen. Oh, yeah. Dirty games, dude. Dirty games.
We did have a press conference from them yesterday that we heard on Wednesday. We're expecting another one here in just about 10 minutes,
That's
actually,
right.
at 1
I
p.m.
did.
Eastern time. So if we do get that, of course, we'll bring it to you here on Live Now. Again, briefly just recapping these firefighters battling this fire in Ventura County.
Yeah,
Again,
that shit is gonna all be dusted. You ain't saving this. It's fucking gone. When it's this big, it's out of control, and you've got that. Yeah, it's over. It's running. We call them runners.
and just about 50 miles.
Us that live in I lived in California my entire life up until what, 4 months ago, whatever, 5 months ago, that I moved here. Dude, my entire life was in flames. You know what I mean? Like, that's California, dude. Like, this is nothing new, by the way.
Of Los Angeles. It's spread over 14,000
Ventura County, California. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
acres so far. Let's go away for our final 2-minute break of the hour here on Live Now from Fox. We'll be right back.
All right. That was fun, y'all. Hey, listen, I can't thank you guys enough for the immense amount of love and patronage that you guys have done today, man. You guys have outdone yourself. I cannot thank you guys enough. Real quick, I'll give you guys a round shout out as we go through the everyone that helped out the show today monetarily. We have Beezer that gifted out a membership. He started out with a gifted membership, but then he sent $100 over to the Cash App, man. I can't thank you enough for that, kind sir. As well as Papa Penguin resubbed for 10 months, and he's saying that seriously Shelby enlisted. That's some good stuff. Absolutely coming from a vet himself. And then seriously Shelby says, playing the victim as a man is telling other men you are weak and a huge simp. That is a W take. Absolutely. And then Jess's first round of 5, she sent 5, 10, 15, 20. No, 5, 10, 15, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. Wow. Holy motherfucking shit. Then we got Brother Straight Jacket that gifted 5 memberships over to you guys as well, and also hit up the Cash App, man. I can't thank you enough for that, Brother Straight Jacket. And then we've got Tats that gifted out 5 memberships over to you guys, man, over there in England. I can't thank her enough, as well as Canada coming in hot. We got Kellen Canada that's sent in a $10 yellow. I love those, man. Those are some of my favorites. We got Briar that also donated, saying, appreciate you. Very thankful to have found this community. Well, we're glad that we have found you equally back and forth. You know, it's a two-way street when you do these streams and everything. We do these shows. It's not just me and it's not just you. It's a two-way street. And that's what we do here, man. I can't thank you enough. And last but not least, Mr. Boulay. Very much appreciate him and listen, he's like the community moderator, you know what I mean? So, hey man, I can't thank you guys enough for all of your patronage, all of your help, being here in general, man. Make sure you guys hit that like button on your guys' way out. Hang tight because we're going to be rating Grid 1 Motorsports. We're going to be rating our buddy over there. Make sure you guys subscribe if you have not subscribed here and also on the raid. Go subscribe to our brother, Grid 1 Motorsports. His show is called An Unreasonable Man. And you guys got to check it out. He's super in tune with like business, geopolitics, world news, Middle East. You know, he's very, very knowledgeable. So show that man some love over there. Thank you so much. And we'll see you guys tomorrow morning for some liberal meltdown day. You know what I mean? W to everybody, man. We'll see you guys on the flip side, man.
From the depths of darkness, a voice emerges, a host with a fire burning in its soul. With a heart, steel, and a spirit unbroken, he rides on to it. to submit. Insane wheels here, back to cry.